Hey, it's Sri here, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about the single most important mindset shift that you can begin to take to begin to save your marriage that's on the verge of a divorce. Now before we dive in, I just wanted to let you know that I'm opening up a few limited spots to my free masterclass training, which walks you through the 3 steps my client Sarah used to be able to save her marriage. You're going to really enjoy it. So just make sure you stick around to the end and I'll show you how you can claim that spot. Now make sure you hit the subscribe button below, because every Sundays and Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be uploading new videos that are going to walk you through specifics on how you can save your marriage, how you can awaken your goddess within, and how you can really learn a lot more about male psychology so you can improve the quality of your marriage. Now the chances are that if you're watching this video, you're probably really struggling in your marriage or potentially on the verge of a divorce. And when we're in this place, we tend to be dominated by a number of different emotions. We tend to be dominated by intense fear. We tend to have a massive amount of pain about losing everything. And then thirdly, we feel like an absolute failure. Now the question is what do we do with all of this pain? How do we actually move past it when we're going through all of this intensity of emotions? And this is where we need to apply the single most important mindset shift that you possibly can take right now. And I know this mindset shift has not only helped my clients so much, but also myself. And that mindset shift is detachment. Now, what does that even mean? What does detachment mean? So here it is. It's not about losing the desire for something. It's about losing the attachment to a particular outcome. When we're going through any challenges in a relationship or marriage, we're desperate for that outcome to occur. We're desperate to save the marriage. We're desperate to make sure that our lives aren't turned upside down and so forth. And that's totally understandable. Obviously, if you're going through a challenging time in your marriage, you're going to want to save it. But the problem is that we tend to not live in clarity in those moments. When emotions take over ourselves, we completely lose clarity. We're not sure about the things that we need to do. We're not sure about the steps that we need to take. And so what happens is we cling on for dear life for that thing that has provided us with a level of certainty and comfort in our lives. Now, a lot of the time, some marriages just aren't the right one for us. I see it all the time. I see circumstances where people have gotten into relationships or marriages with people who aren't very nice to them, who aren't very kind to them, and treat them with the respect and the love that they deserve. But because that's what they've been used to for so long, they don't want to lose that. And look, I get it. I totally understand it. But when we become too attached to an outcome, we lose that clarity. Now, there are 3 reasons why detachment is so powerful in your life. And the first is that it steps you into a place of faith and not fear. You see, when we're living in attachment, when we need something to happen, we're coming from a place of fear because we're not sure if that thing's going to happen. And when we're not sure it's going to happen, we then do things that we probably shouldn't. We act in certain ways. We're probably texting all the time. We're probably clinging on and asking lots of questions and so forth. And that results in a negative energy that prevents and pushes away the very thing that we want. But if we step into a place of faith, if we know that something's going to happen for our highest good, we can actually relax into it and we don't need to live in that place of fear all the time. So that's the first reason why detachment is so powerful. Secondly, when we're in a place of detachment, we utilize the law of radiation and attraction. Now, what does that even mean? So the law of radiation and attraction states that the energy and the emotions that we put out there and the thoughts that we put out there regularly dictate what comes back into our lives. So if we're in a place where we're always living in negativity and fear and anxiety and stress and so forth, and we're putting that energy out, then that's what we're going to get back. Whereas if we step into a place of love, if we step into a place of faith and we know that everything is going to be okay, guess what? You tend to attract more of that into your life. And I've seen this so many times in my clients' lives and my own lives. For me, whenever I've been in a place where I've been obsessed over something or attached to something that needs to happen in a certain way and so forth, it ends up not manifesting into my life. And the very things that I don't want to happen end up happening. And this is so common. But when I'm in a place of just trust and faith and I know that things are going to unfold in a beautiful way, guess what? That's when the magic starts to happen. And that's what I want for you as well. And this is why stepping into a place of detachment really helps us to harness the law of radiation and attraction. So just quickly in the comment section below, write down what's the single biggest challenge that you face when it comes to applying detachment in your marriage. Just write your comments below. Now the third reason why detachment is so important is it gives you clarity of mind and allows you to make better decisions. You see, as I said before, when we're in a place of detachment and we live in faith, when we live in faith, we don't find ourselves getting caught up in all of the other behaviors that step us into survival mode. See, it's the survival mode that creates so many problems for people. They end up doing silly things and stupid things. And look, just to be clear, I've done plenty of it in my life as well. So there's no sense of judgment. But it's so easy when we're in that place of survival and we're not sure what's going on and what could happen or what might happen, we make silly decisions. And you're seeing it in the world at the moment with COVID. You know, people are running to the supermarkets to try and get toilet paper and all that stuff. People are literally in survival mode. And when you're on the verge of a divorce or you're trying to save your marriage, that's where you are. You're in survival mode. But survival mode will never, ever help you to make the best decisions that you can. But when you step into a place of detachment and you live in faith, you have clarity of mind. When you have clarity of mind, you make the best decisions that you can for your marriage and for your own self as well. Now, whether that's, giving him space, whether that's communicating from a place of love, whether that's shifting your body language so that he understands that, you're not going to get really angry at him if he speaks his truth, or whatever it is. It could be so many different things that you can apply, but that's the beauty of detachment. It gives us clarity of mind. Now you might be asking, how do we even go about applying detachment when you're in a highly emotional state, when potentially on the verge of a divorce? And it's a great question. And I go through all of that in my free training, which works you through the 3 steps that my client Sarah used to be able to save her marriage. You'll enjoy it. It's a really informative training and something that I know you're going to get a huge amount of value from. So all you need to do is in the description section below, there's a link there where you can go through and you can register for the masterclass. Just choose a time that works for you. Play full out, bring a notepad or your iPad or whatever, and make sure that you write plenty of notes, because that's how we soak in all of the information. And make sure you stick around to the very end as well, because I'm going to give away a free gift that I know that you're going to really, really love. And secondly, I'd love you to come along and be part of my private Facebook group. Once again, in the description section below, you can click there to access that Facebook group, and you can connect with me and some other like-minded souls and learn more about how you can go about improving your marriage or your relationship and really taking it to the next level. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've liked it, hit the like button below. Make sure you subscribe to get more videos like this. And if you want to learn the 3 steps that you can begin to take to give your husband more space, click this video above. And if you want to ensure that you don't block your feminine spirit whilst you're going through these challenges, make sure you click this video above. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.